All right, here we go. Big League and Chris. We're on to games 5, 6, and 7 of the conference championship to determine who's going to the Big League championship for, to claim that top crown this year. 4 teams remaining, and so far some pretty good series, some close games. Actually, a couple blowouts in the Montreal-New Orleans game. It's been really back and forth. But they did have those first 2 games that were really close, 2 Montreal comebacks in game 1 and 2. And then again, exchanging blowouts in 3 and 4. And then the Huron Spokane series has been super low scoring, but a really great series so far. It really feels like any team could have won any game during the series. So looking forward to games 5, 6, and 7 to decide it all. And of course, if just one of these teams goes to game 7, we'll drill in and we'll do a full game instead of the real-time sim. Of course, if both teams go to game 7, we'll just have to run it this way. So, all right, ready to go, Chris?
Let's get it rolling. Let me do this first. Remember to do it now.
All right, Tim Johnson, leadoff single for the Montreal Machine. And Kareem Amos singles with 1 out for the Herons. 2 on now after a Paul Tizard single.
Almost leaves the game with an injury as well.
That's not good. I feel like he goes out with a lot of day-to-days. Steve Moss walks. So bases loaded, just 1 out here for the Machine, trying to do some early damage against the Mudcats and shut the door on the series. Big strikeout, though, for Javon Cooper there. But Montreal does the damage anyways. Aaron Allen singles, Johnson and Tizard score, so that's 2-0. Machine, top of the first.
Allen singles makes it 2-0 Montreal. Alex Poulin hits a 2-run homer, puts Huron up 2-0.
Eric Wilson reaching base on an error and getting a second, so leadoff runner on for the Machine. Top of the second. Penalver strikes out to end the inning, so the Mudcats avoid further damage. Victor Rivera with a single for the Herons. Two out hit for the Sasquatches, but caught stealing second. Still 2-0 going to the top of the fourth. Meanwhile, man on first in the bottom half of the third for the Mudcats. DJ Swart walks, 2 runners on now, 1 out. And Joe McClurkin grounds into a fielder's choice, going to advance the runner, so first and third, 2 down. Run scores on the Steve Miller single. 2-1. Alfredo Cruz leaves the game for the injury now for the Herons. They're just falling apart. Hopefully not serious injuries. Alfredo Cruz was the starting pitcher. He was pitching pretty well. He had 4 innings pitched, just 2 hits allowed. So we'll see what's. The Herons are bringing in Hartzler. Let's see what he can do here. And a leadoff walk to Ben Fowler. Kirk Sobel walks 2-1 for Bashara. Bashara singles. 2-1. And the Herons get out of the inning with just 1 run allowed. And they lead 2-1 going to the top of the 6th. Meanwhile, 2-1 going to the bottom of the 5th in the Montreal-New Orleans game. Clerk in singles. Scott Kinney pitching pretty well. 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. Javon Cooper, 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. Andrade, 5 innings pitched. Cruz would probably be up there if he didn't get hurt, so everybody been pitching really well. Aaron Allen, leadoff single, and he's up to second on the sacrifice by Ruben Cruz. It's going to bring up Wilson. Trying to add an insurance run for the machine. Meanwhile, Wayne Williamson singles for the Sasquatches. 2 down now, though. Williamson steals second. Fowler pops out to end the inning.
Eli Garcia singles. Allen scores. Montreal up 3-1.
Beat off double for Ricky Rodriguez. And a walk to Carter intentionally, so some quick outs there. So first and third, 2 down.
Kinney gets out of a jam.
Yeah, going strong. 7 innings pitched.
And Huron's pitching staff just making light work of Spokane's bats.
Chris Jackson walks, so lead off runner for the Herons. Going to be a pitching change as Johnson's coming in for the Sasquatches. And a wild pitch right away. That's not good. Castro grounds out, so man on third with 1 down. But the Sasquatches get out of it, so still the 2-1 game going to the bottom of the 8th. Meanwhile, 7 outs remaining in Mudcats season. They need to rally here and get some runs. Rivalorio singles with 1 out for the Sasquatches with quickly 2 down.
Wayne Williamson singles. But Mike Bell strikes out swinging, ending the bottom of the 8th.
First and third now for the machine, trying to add on and just close the door here. And they do. Eric Wilson with a monster 3-run homer to put the machine up 6-1. And barring a miracle, we're going to see Montreal here in the championship game against one of these 2 Fire Conference teams. It's not over yet. I mean, 5 runs can be overcome, but that is a nice 3-run homer there had a cushion. And now piling on another run, Tim Johnson singles 7-1. Might be getting away from the
And Ryan
Mudcats.
Grubbs hits a double, letting in 2 runs for Paul and Vickers, with Huron taking a 4-1 lead over Spokane on the top of the ninth. And another Riviera singles with another person scoring. So 5-1 Huron, putting the nail in the coffin here in the top of the ninth.
Grand slam for Alex Villarreal. Holy smokes, what an eighth inning for Montreal here. 8 runs now here in the top of the eighth, and so both teams just going off here and closing the door late. So the Herons trying to take a 3-2 series lead here with this victory if they hang on to the last 3 outs, and Montreal just hammering New Orleans with some huge hits here in the eighth inning.
It's a ball game with Huron and Spokane, with Huron on top, 5-1.
Three outs left here in New Orleans season, down 11-1 here in the top of the ninth. It's been a good season for the Mudcats. Didn't get over that hump, unfortunately, but again, beginning of the conference championship, not a bad way to go. And I'm sure they'll be back. They got a bunch of young sluggers, so. Eleven to 1. That does it. So Montreal moves on to the championship game and is now tasked with keeping the streak alive for the Ice Conference of never letting the Fire Conference win. So congratulations, Tim, on a fantastic season so far, and good luck in the next round. And
We'll finish
on to
today.
game 6.
The only game left. Almost hits a solo homer, so he's not that hurt, I guess.
Tell you, he's a day-to-day guy. Just goes out randomly day-to-day. But he's a beast. 1-0 Herons. We're back in the Heron Stadium as well, so home field is shifted back to the favorite. It's going to be tough for the Sasquatches to overcome this 3-2 deficit, but we'll see what happens here. Back-to-back walks. With 2 on with 2 out now for Grubb. Grubb strikes out looking. So Corey Nelson has 5 strikeouts through 2 innings, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. Let's get that crazy, wild, good stuff. Bachelor strikes out, start the top of the third. Down in order go the Sasquatches to the bottom of the third. Chris Jackson walks to lead things off. And a 3-run homer. 2-run homer? A 2-run homer for the Herons, his second of the game for Kareem Amos. So coming up big here in Game 6 early on for the Herons. That trade's really looking great at the moment. Wayne Williamson singles to lead things off for the Sasquatches. Bell strikes out looking. Williamson steals second. Fowler strikes out swinging. And Fetters grounds out to end the inning. Brett Johnson is dealing 4 innings pitched. No runs, 5 strikeouts. Jonathan Vickers with a 1-out single. Grubb strikes out looking. It's going to bring up Jackson. Jackson doubles, but it looks like someone was thrown out at the plate because the inning ended. So it's going to remain 3-0. Herons on top of the Sasquatches, going to the top of the 5th. And as quickly as I said it, it's the bottom of the 5th.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, Brett Johnson's pitching a hell of a game right now.
That was what, on 4 pitches?
Yeah,
Must have
Must have been. Had to have been.
Team almost walks. A little afraid to pitch to him, probably Nelson at that point.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Victor Rivera strikes out swinging. 1 down. Gonzalez strikes out swinging. 2 down. And Rodriguez strikes out swinging. So Corey Nelson, he's got some nasty stuff. He's got 9 strikeouts through 5. But he's down 3-0. As Brett Johnson pitching just as brilliantly, more brilliantly, on the other side. Nick Ventris with a walk. He steals second. These Sasquatches sure like to run. Wayne Williams crowds out. Yeah, I just couldn't get the picture of a big butt running through the woods out of my head after I said that. All right, back to the game. Jesse Carter strikes out looking. Start things off in the 6th. And Pollen strikes out swinging. So that's 11 strikeouts for Corey Nelson. 1, 2, 3, go the Herons to the top of the 7th. Fowler strikes out. Fetter strikes out. And Sobel grounds out. Both these teams are having trouble just making contact here. Ryan Grubb flies out to start things off in the bottom of the 7th. Jackson grounds out. Cream
Almost
almost walks.
walks.
He's
Pitching around him. He's
having a
scared.
pretty perfect game. Nick Sweeney's coming in relief now, so that's the end of Corey Nelson's night. Great 6.2 innings with 11 strikeouts.
And
It was a
now,
little
now
wild in
Huron's
the
gonna
top.
Huron's gonna pile on. Now I have a feeling. Oh,
We'll see. It's
darn
been a
it!
close series,
It's been a very close series.
but you only have 2 hits. You think you might be in trouble. Adam Bashera grounds out. Mike Batchelor is hit by the pitch. So, runner on, but Revolerio strikes out. It's going to bring up Ventress. Grounds out, so we're going to the bottom of the 8th. 3 outs left for the Sasquatches here. Ricky Rodriguez, solo homer, giving the Herons an insurance run, making it 4-0. Jonathan Vickers with a single. And Grubb grounds out, so to the top of the 9th we go. 4-0. Herons trying to move on to the championship game to face the machine. Wayne Williamson strikes out to start things off. 2 outs remaining. Mike Bell draws the walk. And a double by Ben Fowler here, so
Mike Fetters
Mike Fetter
singles.
singles.
Kirk
Sac fly,
soloed
so 2
sac
down,
fly.
and that will do it. So Spokane tries to make a stand in the 9th, but can't muster up 4 runs and goes down 4-2. The Huron Herons move on to the TBL championship, and they're going to face off against the Machine. They're going to host the Machine, as they were the best team in the TBL this year. So should be a pretty good series. Congratulations to you, Chris. You had a really great season. Unfortunately, it ends here today. And congratulations to, again, both Tim and Michael for making the championship, and good luck to you both here in the final round.
Yeah, I agree. It was fun. I'll get this file exported so we can get this championship series going. It'll be looking super smooth here, I have a feeling.